And ultimately, what needs to happen is leaders need to take more responsibility and recognize that they have created this structure and that they are responsible for fixing it. And if they do not fix it, if they do not build an environment where relationships are based on trust, if they do not establish appropriate workloads and appropriate priorities, then they're going to fail, not only at their goals, but also at creating a structure that can be successful in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I bring that up is look at something like workloads. Right now, the way that corporations are operating and businesses really of all sizes, it's not just, I hear this about nonprofits, teaching, all kinds of areas, healthcare, they're just testing out to see what is the maximum amount that we can put on people
Mm-hmm.
for the maximum amount of time without things blowing up in our face. And then even if it does blow up in our face, how can we then just minimize the damage, maybe with a layoff or something,
Mm-hmm.
and move on from there, kind of ignoring the human capital damage that comes along with it. So there you are caught in the middle of this, because I've been in many boardrooms where we're taking a look at the expansion that is desired by the leadership team. They want to launch new products. They want to implement new processes. They want to do all these things. And maybe they have good projections on what type of workforce expansion they need, or maybe they don't. A lot of times they just don't.
Mm-hmm.
They just say, this is what we want. Now middle managers, you go figure out how to get this done. And then they start loading up people's plates with more and more and more to do. And then maybe you have some turnover. Maybe they fix that, maybe not. They're just experimenting with their current workforce to see, can we get away with this, basically? And in large part, they do, because they don't face a ton of consequences. Maybe the CEO faces some consequences if the product launches is successful, but it comes back to those people with the good intentions. Because I'll tell you, I worked in a bunch of businesses, and I'm always responsible for hiring too. I hire good, hardworking people that care, people that fill in these gaps, even if they haven't been asked to, because I just feel like it's the right thing to do. And so there they are, they're absorbing and absorbing and absorbing, and they're carrying things along, and they're 90% successful. But if they miss even a little bit, somebody comes back to them and they says, that was you, that was your fault. We need to hold you accountable now for your mistake. And listen, I'm all for accountability, but built in right there is a lack of accountability on behalf of the leadership and the
Mm-hmm.
managers for creating the correct environment in the first place, for prioritizing in the first place. They need to take that much more seriously.
Wow. Like you said so much stuff. Like I was literally just hypnotized by what you were saying. I'm interested in your thoughts on what happens when you have a leader like this who is defeated.